To start or continue your SAAS application, you will need to sign into your SAAS account. Please visit saas.gov.uk and select Sign in, Create an Account on the top right-hand corner of the screen. This will open the application in a new tab. Enter your email and password details, select the I'm not a robot box, and then log in to access your account. You will be taken to your dashboard when you first sign into your SAAS account. A welcome message is displayed. You can dismiss it once you've read it. Selecting the SAAS logo at the top left corner of the screen or the dashboard menu option at the top of the screen will always return you to this page. If you previously completed a full-time application, you would have been given a student reference number. The Associate Student Reference Number and Associate PTFG Part-Time Reference Number menu options are located on the middle right-hand side of your dashboard. You have the option to enter your SAAS Student Reference Number here, which would then link your account to your previous application. To link them, please enter your reference number into this box and select Save and Exit to continue. It's the same process if you have previously applied for a part-time fee grant, PTFG, and want to link this to your account. Select the Associate PTFG Part-Time Reference Number from your dashboard. Enter your reference number into this box and select Save and Exit to continue. If you ever feel that your account or data has been compromised, you can scroll down to the bottom of your dashboard page, which displays your last login details. Here, you will be able to see if it matches with when you last logged into your account. If it does not match, select the Does This Look Suspicious link, which will take you to the Fraud Prevention Guide. You can go through each step and contact SAAS if you think there has been some suspicious activity on your account. To start your SAAS application, select Start an Application or the Start an Application link on your dashboard. When you apply to SAAS for funding, we may need additional information to process your application, such as your national insurance number, bank details, or birth certificate. If you don't have this information, your progress will be saved automatically and you can return to your application at any time. When you have finished reading this page, select Continue, which will take you to the Help with Your Application page. This page provides important information if you are applying for a postgraduate research master's, part-time fee grant, PTFG, and Disabled Students Allowance, DSA. Select Start Award Application at the bottom of this screen to officially start your application. Review your personal information that is already stored in your account to ensure it all matches with what you previously entered. Midway down the page, you will need to select one of the multiple choice options for residency to confirm whether you have been living in the UK, the Republic of Ireland or Gibraltar, or any other country. Once you have reviewed that all the information on this screen is correct, select Save and Continue at the bottom of the page. In the Course Information section, you will need to provide your course details to confirm what you will be studying. From the drop-down option, you will need to confirm if you will be studying one of the following: full-time undergraduate, this includes HNC, HND and degree; PGDE, which is a Professional Graduate Diploma of Education; postgraduate degrees, such as a master's degree; paramedic, nursing, midwifery. This is available to students studying paramedic science, nursing and midwifery courses at Scottish universities; graduate apprenticeship, which blends academic learning with on-the-job training; and part-time fee grant. If you are a part-time higher education student and studying at least 50% of a full-time course, you may be eligible to have part or all of your tuition fees covered. Next, you must confirm if you are studying full-time or part-time. If you will be doing the full amount of credits for your course, you are going to be in full-time attendance studying. If you are only taking a certain amount of credits instead of the full amount, then you should select part-time. If you are studying an HNC, please select the full-time undergraduate option. You will then need to select your college, university or provider from the drop-down list and select the course you will be studying there from the drop-down list provided. If your course is not listed on the drop-down list, please select Other and type in the exact name of your course in the Other free text field below. You will need to provide the month and year that your course will start and specify how long your course will take to complete. For example, a BA course is likely to take 4 years to complete. The warning message will disappear when you enter the month as a 2-digit number and the year as a 4-digit number. In the final question in this section, you will need to specify which year you are applying for from the drop-down list. If you are about to start the first year of your course, you will need to select the number 1. Select Save and Continue to proceed to the Residency section, where you will need to provide details of your nationality and where you live. In the Residency section, you will first need to select your nationality from the drop-down list, select the country you were born in, and specify in which district, town or city your birth certificate was issued in. You will then need to select which country you are ordinarily resident in from the drop-down list provided. If you ever need extra information about what the question is asking, you can always select the blue help links. In this case, we can see that by selecting Need Help with Ordinarily Resident, that Ordinarily Resident means you permanently live in a country year after year by choice. This does not include living somewhere for the purposes of studying. Once you have confirmed if you have dual UK/EU nationality, select Save and Continue. Here you will need to select Yes or No to the 3 multiple choice questions. 1. Do you expect to be ordinarily resident in Scotland on 1st of August? 2. Will you have lived in Scotland for at least 12 months before the 1st of August? And 3. Will you be ordinarily resident in the UK for at least 3 years immediately before the 1st of August? When you have answered these questions, select Save and Continue to take you to the Education section of the application. In this section, you will need to provide information about where and when you went to school. For the first question, you will need to let us know which country you attended your last secondary or high school, not somewhere you may have studied further or higher education since leaving school. Enter the year you left secondary or high school as a 4-digit number, followed by the name of the school and the town it is in. The final question in this section is for you to confirm if you have ever applied previously to SAAS for funding. If you select Yes, you will be prompted to enter your previous SAAS reference number. Otherwise, select No. Once you have answered this last question, you can select Save and Continue and progress to the next page, where you will be asked to provide information about any courses you may have studied since leaving school. If you have not studied any courses since leaving school, you can skip this section by selecting Save and Continue. If you have studied educational courses since leaving school, please select Add Education Details on the right-hand side of the screen. This will open a new page where you will be able to enter the name of the course you studied and the education level, for example, HNC. You will need to provide the month and year the course started and ended. Enter the month as 2 digits and the year as 4 digits. If you gained a qualification, please write it here, for example, HNC, HND or degree. If you did not gain a qualification, then please enter None. You will also need to provide the name of the college, university or learning provider. If you received funding for this course, please provide the name of the funding organisation. Otherwise, write None. Once you have added these details, select Add Education Details. The page will now display the information you have just entered. If you need to edit this information or remove it, then select Edit or Remove. If you studied more than one course, select Add Education Details to continue to add the information for all the courses you may have studied. Once you have finished adding these details, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the 3-year history section. In this section, you will need to provide details of everything you have been doing for the past 3 years from August to August. Please include details of employment, unemployment, and education. You will need to begin with the most recent dates first and ensure there are no gaps or overlaps. If you are completing this before August of this year, enter what you will be doing up until then. To start adding your details, select Add Details on the right-hand side of the screen. Write the start date and end date for your entry. The months should be as 2-digit numbers and the years as 4 digits. You will then need to select what you have been doing from the drop-down menu, for example, at school, college, employed, or unemployed. Provide the name of the organisation. If this is not applicable, then enter None. Finally, please enter the name of the town or city you were living in during this time. Once you have added these details, select Add Details. The screen will now display the information you have just entered. If it is incorrect, you can edit this information by selecting Edit. If the information you have added does not cover the full 3-year period, please select Add Details again to continue adding information until there is enough information to cover the past 3 years. Once you have included all of the information to cover this 3-year period, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the Study Abroad section. In this section, you will need to tell us if you will be studying abroad as part of this academic year. This can be for part or the full academic year. Once you have added your answer or answers to this section, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the Placement section of the application. In the first question, you will need to tell us if you will be doing any work placements to gain work experience as part of your course. If you select Yes, you will be prompted to answer a few other questions. These include whether your placement is a paid placement or not, if it will be for part of the year or the full academic year, and the start and end dates of your placement. If your answer is no, then no further questions will appear. Once you have added your answer or answers to this section, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the Funding for Care Experienced Students section of the application. Care Experienced students may be eligible for the Care Experienced Student Bursary, CESB, which is available to students studying an undergraduate course. This bursary is non-repayable, which students receive every year of their course. Eligible students will be able to choose whether to receive their payments over term time or to spread the payments equally over the year. If you have ever been looked after by a local authority or council in the UK before turning 18, for example, in foster care, kinship care, children's home, a List D school, a borstal or close support unit, then you are a Care Experienced student. If you are unsure what type of care you experienced, please contact SAAS. If you answer yes to the question, Are you care experienced?, you will be prompted to provide some additional information. You will need to select the type of care you experienced. You can select multiple options here, so please tick all those that apply. Further down the screen, you will need to provide further details, including when your care started and ended. If your answer is no, then no further questions will appear. Once you have added your answer or answers to this section, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the Funding for Estranged Students section of the application. Estranged means that you no longer have contact with your parents or legal guardians due to a permanent breakdown in your relationship. If you are under 25 and estranged from your parents or legal guardians, we will not ask about their income when we work out the funding we give you. If you have had any one-off contact with your parents or legal guardians while you have been estranged, we will look at this on a case-by-case basis. Please select if you are estranged or not. If you select yes, one of the SAAS advisors will be in touch to ask for further information. If your answer is no, then no further questions will appear. Once you have given your answer, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the funding section of the application. On this page, you will need to tell SAAS what funding you want to apply for. Please ensure you complete this page accurately. The blue links below every option will give you further information. If you want to apply to have your tuition fees paid for, please ensure that the tuition fees box is ticked. If your application is successful, you will not have to pay your tuition fees. Please note that you need to apply every academic year to SAAS to continue getting your tuition fees paid. Below this is an option to apply for a student bursary. If you are studying at university or college, you may be eligible for funding in the form of a bursary, which does not need to be paid back. The amount you can get depends on your household income, if you are under 25 and dependent on your parents, or if you are an independent student. If you have studied a higher education course before, you may not be entitled to a bursary. You also have the option to apply for an income-assessed or non-income-assessed student loan. If your household income is below a certain amount, you may be entitled to the income-assessed loan. If your household income is above a certain amount, or if you do not provide details of your household income, then you can apply for a slightly smaller loan amount by selecting the non-income assessed student loan option. The loan amounts available change regularly. To view the maximum loan amount you can apply for, visit www.saas.gov.uk/student loan. If you are an undergraduate student and a single parent or legally responsible for younger siblings, you may be entitled to the Lone Parents Grant. If you are looking to apply for a Disabled Students Allowance, DSA, please contact your disability advisor at your university or college, who can take you through the process. Once you have decided and ticked all the options you want to apply for, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the bank details section. Remember, you can only make one online application during each academic year, so please ensure you have ticked all the relevant funding options you want to apply for before submitting your application. In this section, you will need to provide details of your UK account number. This is the bank account where SAAS would make any relevant payments to you. Your account number should only have 8 numbers and your sort code only 6 numbers. Please do not enter any dashes or spaces when entering your account number or sort code. These numbers should run consecutively to avoid any error messages when the system validates your bank details. When you have entered your bank details, select Save and Continue to progress to the next stage of your application. The instalments section allows you to choose how your funding is paid to you for the academic year you are applying for. You have the option to 1. Receive monthly payments during term time. This is usually split over 9 months. Or 2. For monthly payments to be made equally over the year from the start of your course. If you are studying in the rest of the UK, you will have an option to receive 3 termly payments. Please read through the information on this page and select your preferred option at the bottom of the page. Select Save and Continue and a confirmation screen will appear. Select Yes if you would like to continue. If you selected the option to apply for an income-assessed or non-income assessed student loan for this academic year, you will need to confirm the amount you need. If you would like to take out the maximum loan amount, please tick the Highest Available to Me box. If you would like to take out a smaller loan, enter the amount in the free text box below. Please do not use the pound sign or include any spaces when entering your loan amount. It is important to remember that the loan amount is for the academic year, and you can only apply for one loan per academic year. The loan payments you receive will be split monthly across the academic year. You will not receive the total loan as one lump sum. Once you have entered your national insurance number, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the Loan Contacts section. In this section, you will need to provide the names and addresses of 2 contacts who live at 2 separate addresses. The first contact needs to be a relative, partner, or guardian. The other contact can be any relationship to you, such as a friend. You will need to provide their full name and select what relationship they have to you from the drop-down box available. You will also need to provide their full address details and contact telephone number. Once you have entered the full details for both contacts, select Save and Continue, which will take you to the Term Address section. In this section, you will need to provide the address you'll be living at during term time, even if it's your home address. If your term address is going to be the same as your home address, please tick Yes, and it will automatically populate your address details below. If your term address is different than your home address, please tick No, and provide the full address details below. If you do not yet know the address you will be staying during term time, select the Yes option for now, and you can update it in your profile by using the Change Personal Details Home Address option once you know your term time address. Please note, if you have applied for a loan and change your address at a later date, you will also need to inform the Student Loans Company separately that you have updated your address, as the SAAS network will not notify them automatically. Last thing on this page you will need to confirm is if you would prefer that the Student Loans Company send their correspondence to your home address or term address. Once you have confirmed your term address details, please select Save and Continue, which will take you to the Funding Declaration section. In this section, you will need to take a moment to carefully read through the statements below and tick the boxes to indicate that you understand and agree to these before submitting your application. Once you have confirmed that you have read, understood and agreed to these statements, please select Save and Continue, which will take you to a summary page of your application. This section gives a summary of all the details you have entered for your application. Please carefully review all the information on this page. If you need to make changes to any of the details, please select Edit above the section you wish to update. Once you are happy that all of the information on this page is correct, select Submit Application for SAAS to process your application. The confirmation page will display your SAAS student reference number. Please keep a note of this for future reference. If you ever need to contact SAAS in future, you will be asked to provide this reference number. SAAS will contact you if you need to provide any evidence to support your application. You do not need to send the original documents. Clear photographs will be accepted. They will need to be submitted through the document uploader or by post. There is a separate training video if you need help using the document uploader. Please note that the document uploader is not available for part-time fee grant students. SAAS will be in touch with you directly if you need to submit any evidence. If you have a few minutes to spare, there is a link at the bottom of the page for you to share your experience with us anonymously. It is always helpful for us to receive your feedback. Once you have submitted your online application form, the Document Uploader menu option will appear on the right-hand side of your dashboard. When you select this option, it will take you to the SAAS Online Document Upload service. Please read the on-screen information which details the file formats and file sizes that are accepted. To upload a document, select Start Upload. Select Choose File to select the file you wish to upload. From the drop-down menu options below, you will need to select both a document category and the document type for the file you have selected. Select Upload Document to submit your file. A pop-up window will appear with a progress bar showing you the status of your file upload. Upload speeds will vary depending on the speed of your internet connection. If there is an issue with your upload, an error message will appear in red at the bottom of the screen. For example, file names may not be longer than 50 characters. If they are, an error message will appear and you will need to rename your file to be less than 50 characters, and then repeat the file selection and upload process. Once your file has been uploaded, you will see a file icon on the left-hand side of the screen. You can repeat this process to upload up to 5 supporting documents if required. If you have uploaded the wrong document, just select the red X icon to remove the file. Once all your files have been uploaded, select the Next Stage button. Here, you will be able to write some additional supporting text to the files you are submitting. It is helpful to provide SAAS some additional details as to which files you are uploading and why. Select Next Stage to submit your supporting documents for your SAAS application. This will take you to the Upload Confirmation screen. An email confirmation will also be sent to you. You can select Finish to exit the document uploader. The Submit an Inquiry menu option will only appear on your dashboard 24 hours after you have submitted your online application. It is located on the menu on the right-hand side of the screen. By selecting this option, you will be able to submit an inquiry directly to the caseworkers that will be working on your application. You might wish to include some additional information you feel will be relevant for your caseworker to know. For example, your settled status share code, or you might want to get in touch and ask them a question. Please note, the processing time for inquiries is 28 days. If your inquiry is urgent, then please sign out and contact SAAS using our web chat or call our contact centre. Visit saas.gov.uk/contact us for further details. You will need to select a subject option from the drop-down menu. If your subject is not listed, then please select Other. In the Inquiry free text box below, please type in the details of your inquiry. Once you have finished typing your details, select Submit Inquiry and a confirmation screen will then be displayed. Select the Continue button, which will take you back to your dashboard. You can access your profile by selecting the Profile option on the menu at the top of the screen. When you select this for the first time, a privacy statement will appear. Please read through this and select Back at the bottom of the screen. Please note you will need to select Back to access your profile page. Your profile page is where you can access and update your personal details, account details, and your password. When you access your profile, there are a few more details you will need to provide. In the Personal Details section, you will need to confirm your title. To do this, choose Select an option and select your answer from the drop-down menu. Next, confirm your gender. To do this, choose Select an option and select your answer from the drop-down menu. SAAS are very aware that more options should be displayed on this drop-down menu. However, we are restricted by the Student Loans Company's system, as they currently only accept one of these two options. Once they update their system, we will be able to update ours. You will also need to confirm your marital status. To do this, choose Select an option and select your answer from the drop-down menu. Select Save and Continue at the bottom of the screen to save your details. The next page will display your account details. When you access your account details page, you have the option to provide your mobile and home phone numbers. If you scroll further down the screen, you have the option to edit or change the 3 security questions and answers you previously provided. Select Save and Exit at the bottom of the screen to save your details. Please note, once you submit your application, some of the fields may be greyed out, which will prevent you from changing them. Once your application has been processed, you will be able to update these. Thank you for submitting your application. SAAS will send an award notice to your SAAS account and email you to let you know that there is a student message relating to your award status. you will be able to read your award notice in your SAAS account.